West Virginia could see an economic shakeup as Governor Patrick Morrisey announced today plans to provide West Virginians with an income tax cut. Our Cassidy Fury reported from Green's Supply Depot, where the governor made his announcement.
A new chapter for West Virginia's economy could be on the horizon with Governor Morrisey's income tax cut initiative. According to Morrisey, West Virginia saw record-breaking investments in 2025, and this tax cut could incentivize more businesses to follow.
In West Virginia, we're cutting red tape. We're moving faster than we ever have before, and that means more business opportunities for our citizens. We have to continue to double down on investing in our economy and ensuring that the free market works. And one of the best ways to do it, lowering the state income tax.
Morrisey hopes to completely eliminate the state's income tax by the year 2031.
For this to become law, I need the legislature's help. And so we want to collaborate with them. We have a lot of different ideas to save money, to reduce the size and scope of government, and to make the kind of changes that put the people first.
With rising costs of energy bills and groceries, Morrisey said he wants to give control back to the people. He said the tax cut would mean a larger take-home portion on employees' paychecks.
So affordability is critical, and that's why having a 10% income tax cut across the board makes a big difference.
Garrison Irwin, a foreman for Meadow Ridge Construction, said the tax cut would allow him and others to spend their money on things that matter to them.
It means I can take home more money on my check, which is huge. I mean, especially the way that everything is right now. We got the prices of groceries are through the roof, gas. I mean, it'll help everybody, in my opinion.
Co-founder of Green Supply Company, Chris DeWeese, said the tax cut will keep more money in our local economy and will strengthen local businesses. Reporting from Parkersburg, I'm Cassidy Fury with WTAP News.
New tonight, flying ice totaled one driver's windshield this morning in